Yo, we're back for week 6. Oh man, guys, we just got done playing and I'm here for the recap video and I am exhausted. You'll see why, but holy crap. We play Noah this week, which is awesome and terrifying all at the same time. For a number of reasons. Noah's team is hard to prep for. Noah's team has a lot of flexibility. Noah's team is weird. That's really what it boils down to. So we're going to jump into Team Builder just like last week, and we're going to kind of go through what I'm bringing, and we'll get into the game. So Slow Bro this week, team captain. We brought him every game. We're probably never not bringing him. The dude, exact same set as last week. Boulder Generator leftovers, max HP, max defense. Put a point in that special attack. Scald for just stab coverage. He's bringing Rain with Polytoad most likely. Rain is like a big part of what he has kind of built his team around. So Scald and the Rain does great. Flamethrower is coverage for Jirachi and the Excavalier, which is terrifying. That thing hits like a truck, and we wanted to put something on Slowbro so that we could 1v1 reliably. I can take a Megahorn, not well, but we can take one. And then Flamethrower is a 2-shot. So in some cases it's a 1-shot depending on the role. If I was invested a little bit more, but he's been mainly full special defense with attack. Flamethrower is a 2-shot. And should do pretty well there. Slack off for recovery alongside the leftovers, and then protect to kind of scout, and then give us more lefty turns and things like that. Don't need to spend a lot of time on Slow Bro. It does what it does, and it does it really well. Tangrowth, we are going a little bit different this week. Ting Tang is going to be assault vested with max special defense this week. Noah has a number of specially offensive threats that I need a little bit more help on the special defense side. So we put an assault vest on a 218 special defense Tangrowth. And that, I think, is something that Noah's not going to expect. Especially when I can put my defense like in the high 300s if I put all my investment there. We do have 4 points in regular defense, just to top off the bulkiness. We're on Giga Drain, Earthquake, Knockoff, Sludge Bomb, just kind of coverage moves around. Giga Drain for the sustain and the recovery. Earthquake hits his team pretty hard across the board. Knockoff is clutch against a number of his Pokemon. Also, like being able to knock off items that plays into our eventual plan of a Crocodile Sweep that we'll get into. And then Sludge Bomb is there for that fucking Togekiss. Goodra, Mr. Sticky, exact same set as last week. I know. It's not flashy. It's not fancy. It's not innovative, but it's good. Dragon Pulse, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, just, all the coverage I can get. Thunderbolt for his water types, Flamethrower for Escavalier and Jirachi, Ice Beam for Nidoqueen, and Dragon Pulse for everything else. Hydration as my ability this week in case I can switch in on the Rain and we get statused or something. The Hydration is a cute little tech. He doesn't really have a grass type that we can sap sipper, so hydration is the move this week. So that's, I guess, the one difference. But we're still modest, still assault vest. This thing still hits like a truck. But we need to be able to get it in safe and be able to actually use it. Tornadus, Jetstream off the bench this week. Hurricane knockoff, U-turn defog. Just kind of the standard utility set. 256 special attack, 375 speed, 362 HP. So we're fully HP invested and full speed investment. This is like our main. We're timid to boost the speed. We have Regenerator. We've got 3 Pokemon with Regenerator this week. Switching, staying alive, doing things. Knock off, U-turn, defog, kind of the standard set. Heavy duty boots so that I don't die to rocks when I switch in. Pretty standard, nothing too crazy there. Crocodile, actually I'm going to save Crocodile for last. Jackie Chan's back, our Gallade. A little bit of different set than last week. We've got the Lumberry and Steadfast, actually. Noah's got an annoying Serene Grace team. Togekiss and Jirachi both can get those flinches in. But if I do get flinched, I get a speed boost, and then Gallade gets scary real quick. We're adamant, and we've got Drain Punch, Thunder Punch for Togekiss, and the Water types, Power Up Punch to hopefully get us like a +1. And then Earthquake, like I said, hits his team super hard. So Gallade is more offensive than specially defensive, like we have run in the past. And I think, if we can bring this in on Politoed or on Milotic, that's kind of like the goal there, is bring it in on his tanks and Jackie Chan as the wall breaker this week, to really be able to eat through those defensive Pokemon. And then, like I said, if we get flinched, we get scary. So that's Jackie Chan. And then the sweep plan, or kind of like the eventual game plan, is bringing Bindi with the Moxie Jolly Choice Scarf. 333 attack, 311 speed with the Choice Scarf. We're in the 400s. So we're scary fast, and the eventual goal is to sweep with knockoff or Earthquake. There is one slight wrinkle. Togekiss is immune to Earthquake. Everything else gets hit by it really, really hard. Knockoff, if I'm +1, one-shots his entire team almost. If I get to +2, it is a guaranteed kill on everything. So that's the goal, is to actually try and sweep with Crocodile this week. And we're going to hopefully see that in action. So I guess let's just jump right into gameplay, and we can start this off. So we're playing Noah, like I said, Casselton Cosmogs. Show him some love. He's been putting videos up, so watch those if you can. I'm really excited to see his side of the video, because we haven't played an opponent who's done a recap like this. So I'm excited to not only do ours, but also see what he says, and see the differences and kind of what our thought processes were. Take a drink of water because I'm parched. Aquafina black water bottle sponsor me. So okay, let's go into the game. He brings Dragapult, which is terrifying. It can be special or physical with Dragon Darts and things like that. Togekiss, annoying as shit, with Serene Grace flinches and crits and stuff like that. Jirachi, a lot like Mew, could be anything. Probably has some bulk, but also can hit pretty hard. Might have some status type moves. My guess is it's like a pivot. Politoed, his special defensive Pokemon, Rain Setter. He's run Perish Trap Whirlpool last week, and spoiler, he runs that again. Nidoqueen, another Pokemon that could be really scary, especially offensive or physically offensive, and then Electivire, same thing. So when I was saying that he had 3 Pokemon that could be either physical or special and were super hard to prep for, he brought all 3 of them. Dragapult, Nidoqueen, Electivire. Screw this. So at team preview, I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, we have a plan. So the plan, and this was kind of thought out, and from team preview, kind of seemed like the best option too, was to lead Crocodile and then bluff the utility set that I had last week. I really wanted to just kind of get it in right off the bat and try and get Stealth Rocks up because the chip damage over time is great, and he doesn't really have a good defogger other than Togekiss. And if Togekiss can come in and take rocks damage, that's going to let me more easily kill it later on. So I wanted to just get that initiative right off the bat, so we're going to lead Crocodile. And then we can kind of go from there. Bindy's shiny this week because we got the win. He leads with a Politoed. So we got the win last week, and that's where the shiny came from. So he leads Politoed. The calc is not real good in my favor. I was really thinking that, okay, we really want to click Stealth Rocks. Scald in the Rain from especially defensive rain setting Politoed still does 90 to 94. So I have to switch. I mean, it's absolutely no question here. I got to switch. So we go into Tangrowth, who is specially defensive, and he goes for Whirlpool right away. So he didn't have Scald, otherwise he would have went for it. And actually, if I would have stayed in, the game probably plays very, very different. But this is a scenario that we're about to see that is something I have to think about and play around the entire game. So we're Whirlpooled. I'm not super scared because I know Giga Drain is going to do a pretty good chunk here. We can get a knockoff off. So I'm not scared at all. But he goes for Pear Song, which again, annoying. And Giga Drain does 38%. So he's going to have Protect. He's going to have Whirlpool. He's going to have Pear Song. And then his fourth move, we'll save that for later so it's not spoiled. So he's going to be able to Protect now, block another Giga Drain, and then he has to either sack his Poliwhirl off or switch out and then let me die. And the Politoed is annoying. I'm not going to die to this thing's Pear Song because I can kill it a turn before because Giga Drain is doing enough damage. So that's where, he protects and then has to switch out. And I read the switch actually because I know it's like, hey, if he protected, so then I can. Well, it's weird. Actually, I don't know if that would have worked. I wanted to get the leftovers off of it, so I went for the knockoff. And then thought that, okay, well, maybe a Giga Drain after that would be enough. I'm just trying to get as much use out of Tangrowth as possible here. Which knocking off the incoming Jirachi is great. It does a good amount of damage, and we get the leftovers off. I have to switch out, otherwise we die to Pear Song, and he reads it great, and a beautiful U-turn. I could have maybe set up on Jirachi, but I don't know for sure. We never actually really got to test that out. He reads the switch and gets initiative. Gallade takes more than I want. And then he brings in Dragapult, which I can't stand because I'm not the bulky set that I have been. It would have been interesting to see if I had been the Assault Vest Max Special D, how this matchup in particular plays out, because I don't have anything that's super effective, and he does hit me really, really hard. So I have to switch out. I'm going to go into my Assault Vested Tangrowth again. Didn't go into Goodra because a Specs Draco Meteor from this little Dragapult right here does a bunch of damage to Goodra. So I'm thinking, okay, what's my other specially defensive Pokemon? It's Tangrowth. Bring it in. Let's see. Let's see how much damage I'm going to take. He actually goes for Dragon Darts. So he is a physically offensive, which is scary. but I know I can live another one, and we can get a knockoff and do a bunch of damage to this thing. So that's the play that I go for. He goes for Flamethrower, so he's mixed, and with my max special defense investment plus the Assault Vest, we eat that up, and we live. And we actually get a huge knockoff and knock the Life Orb off. And yeah, we're in a really good spot here. I need to switch though because I can't take another one, and I switch out and like he reads the switch again. And I guess maybe he thought that like I would go into something that could take a Flamethrower, and I mean maybe like he thought I was going into Slowbro or something. But he just U-turns straight up, which is a great play by him. Does a good amount to Gudra. Now I'm at 75%. Goes into Nidoqueen, and this is... Okay, I'll let it play out. This is the first big mistake I make during this game. Nidoqueen can be physically or specially offensive. All of the sets that I looked at, and all of the, like... hey, you type it into Showdown, and like the suggestions or like the options that pull up in the damage calculator, they're all specially offensive. It's like Sheer Force, Life Orb, specially offensive. We're going to use Earth Power, Ice Beam, that set. So I thought, oh yeah, Gudra can take those hits no problem. And I do like 80% with Ice Beam to this thing. So, like, that's a great switch for me. Like, that's a great win for me. And this thing just ice punches Gudra to death. And super big blunder on my part. I am not too proud to admit that I messed up on that one. And that was a great set to bring and a great option to bring for Noah. So, like, hats off to him. Gudra goes down. I bring in Crocodile because I know I'm faster. And I can OHKO with Earthquake. So now here's like another pivotal point in the game. Earthquake does enough to kill a max health Nidoqueen. Togekiss is most definitely going to switch in and be immune to that Earthquake. So do I go for Knockoff? Do I go for Stone Edge? Those are the two moves that I'm considering. I also think maybe I could get Rocks Up. But then I thought, okay, well, I can two-shot the Togekiss with Stone Edge. Roughly. Depends on rolls. So I'm thinking, okay, let's just go for it. I go the safe route and I click Earthquake. He comes in, no problem. I have to switch out because I'm locked in. So, again, great initiative by Noah, great reads. I played conservatively, and I get punished for it. So Tornadus comes in. I didn't really have a good switch in for the Togekiss. So I thought, okay, well, I'll just go into Tornadus and then maybe, try and U-turn or pivot from there. He goes for Tri-Attack, which does 25%. Tornadus is naturally a little specially bulky, which is nice. And he goes for it again. I go down to 50% and I get a knockoff off. So that's great. I knock off a Choice Scarf, which is not insignificant, but it's not like the, oh my god, I just fixed my one issue. I know now, based on the items of everything else but Electivire, that Crocodile is the fastest Pokemon in the game right now. The Dragapult had a Life Orb, so I'm faster with a Scarf. Politoed, I'm going to be faster no matter what. Nidoqueen, I'm going to be faster no matter what. Jirachi, I'm going to be faster no matter what. And we knocked off I'm going to be faster if it doesn't have a Scarf, which we knocked off the leftovers, so we're good there. Electivire could be 4 points of speed higher if it's got a Scarf. So we're starting to lay the foundation for a Crocodile sweep later on. We're also getting really good chip damage on everything. It's not a ton of damage, and I'm behind in a big way. But we're starting to knock out the checklist of things that I need to be able to sweep with Crook. I U-turn out because I don't want to take another tri-attack. Bring Gallade in, and he goes for Air Slash because now he can switch attacks. And... oofda. Misplay number 2. I honestly don't know what I was thinking here. It sucks because Togekiss kind of walls everything. Or it just beats everything on my team. I can't switch into Gallade, as we see here, because I'm not specially defensive. I'm adamant, like, offense, kill you, and I'm not fast enough to outspeed it. And I'm not strong enough to beat it in one shot because it's bulky. Crocodile, I need to stay as healthy as possible, and I don't really want to switch into something and take unnecessary damage. Tornadus, probably, I mean, a Hurricane, not really a great option. Tangrowth dies. Slowbro may have been able to 1v1 it enough to be able to knock it down to where I can revenge kill it with something. But that's not what I want Slowbro for in this game. So, like, Togekiss is a problem. And the Air Slash just straight up murders my Gallade. I just wanted to try and get chip damage off. I thought maybe I could be faster. But I'm not. So another Air Slash kills me. And now it is 6-4. And I'm down. I'm making progress, but I'm in a very rough spot here. I bring in Crocodile because we need Stone Edge, which doesn't kill. I don't think there was a chance to kill. It's a 2-hit kill from max HP. With the set that I calced against. So I just wanted to do as much damage as possible because I knew barring a crit, I wouldn't die. So, you know, he goes for Tri-Attack that does 38%. And we're in a spot now where we can start Moxie boosting if he leaves this thing in. I don't love that I'm locked into Stone Edge right here, but I know it at least does damage to 4 of his Pokemon pretty well. He switches into Jirachi and eats those stones for breakfast. So we're wearing down the Jirachi, which is good, but I can't stay in because I need, you know, I need to be able to click a different move. So I need to switch out. I'm going to Slowbro. He wishes, and then U-turns. At this point, I didn't want to go for Flamethrower because it sucks against a lot of his team still. And I didn't want to reveal that I had Flamethrower in case we got this scenario later and he thinks that maybe Jirachi can 1v1 the Slowbro. So I just click Scald. And we get a rain-boosted Scald against the Politoed, which is awesome. The wish comes true, heals Politoed all the way up to full. And now we're in kind of like a stalemate. He doesn't really have a set that can do anything to Slowbro unless he goes for like the Whirlpool Perish Song kind of shenanigans that way. Which we talked after the game, and he said that he wanted to get it in on Slowbro. But I guess maybe, like, for right here, he thought that I wasn't going to stay in, and he couldn't get off the Whirlpool. But, like, I just wanted to see what he was going to go for. So I go for Protect. He actually switches out into Electivire. I want information. I want to see if he's scarfed or locked into something. So I just go for Protect, and he goes for Weather Ball. So I'm like, well, shoot. Okay, Electivire is special attacking too. Dang it. I'm running out of options, and he's exploiting my weakness of my team big time. Because I don't have specially bulky Pokemon left. Tangrowth kind of, but it doesn't have enough HP to be able to go toe-to-toe with the threats that he does have. So he's locked into Weather Ball. That does like not a ton of damage to Slowbro, but I still don't want to take it. So I'm going to switch out here. And he does too, actually, which is great. Oh, never mind. I knew I could take a Weather Ball pretty well. So that's why I stayed in to see if he was locked in. I don't think, like, a physically electric move would not have killed me. Volt Switch I don't think kills me. It's very close, though. I die to, like, fringe crits and things like that. But I thought, like, with Regenerator and Slack Off and Leftovers, things like that, I can heal back the damage. So I expected to take a bunch of damage there. But just went for Scald to see if we couldn't do a little bit of chip damage. Again, kind of setting up for Crocodile later on. And I'm still at this point thinking, okay, he just switched, so he's probably choiced in some respect. So I still am not sure if Crocodile can outspeed and kill, which is scary. So he brings Politoed back in. Ice Scald, we get the burn, which is great. You know, I'm not really comfortable staying in and getting Whirlpool trapped. So we go into Tangrowth because I know with Burn now, too, especially Giga Drain and some other things, we can at least 1v1 it. And I'm like, okay, Tangrowth's usefulness now is slowly getting worse as the game goes on. So I'm just like, okay, let's just do it. Let's get as much damage off as we can, and then try and set up for Crocodile sweeps. So I Giga Drain, and we're going to go back and forth and play this dance to where Tangrowth is going to get Perish trapped. Protect comes out, blocks my Giga Drain. I'm going down. We're doing damage, which is great. He tries to get the second Protect. It fails, which was actually really important looking back on a second watch of this. If he gets that second Protect, Tangrowth goes down, and he's got a 50 HP Politoed that 1v1s my Slowbro a whole lot better. It still dies to Crocodile, but could have made a difference. So, like, missing that second Protect is big for me. Tangrowth will die because I can't switch out. He's going to switch out. I just go for Knockoff because I know he's going to switch. Knockoff also killed at that percent. So if he stayed in, didn't click Protect or something, and I somehow lived, I would kill him. Also, you know, anything switching in, if he wants to preserve Politoed, Knockoff is big. And we knock off the Leftovers onto Jirachi. Or actually, we had done that earlier. Excuse me. But we still get 20% off. So we're feeling good. But Tangrowth dies, and we're down 3-6. And I'm in a hole, and I'm freaking out and thinking, shit, I'm going to get 6-0'd here. Or, you know, some terrible outcome, and it's just really bad. So bring in Crocodile because I know Earthquake will kill this thing. Knockoff also does very much. Depends on his investment. So he goes for Protect, and I go for Knockoff. I am thinking, okay, now or never. Simple as that. Now or never. We've got things low enough to where if I get some Moxie boosts, I start one-shotting a lot of things on his team just because we've worn him down. I can switch and do some other things, and I've got 2 Regenerator Pokemon in the back that we can kind of play around. I don't expect to be able to take 6-0 with Crocodile, but anything is better than like trying to switch in a defensive Pokemon on a Jirachi. So we go for Knockoff, and it lives. It lives on 5. So it is special, or it is physically defensive. The roll, I don't think I had a chance to kill. If I did, it was very, very small. But it lives on 5%, and I'm kind of here. He gets a U-turn off and unnecessary damage. Like, game plan is to keep Crocodile as healthy as possible. in case I don't one-shot something and need to take a hit. Which was, in fact, this case right here. U-turn does 40%. I'm down to 23. And I'm scared now. Because, like, I can't take another hit from anything. And he brings out the Needle Queen. I need to switch out because I cannot kill the Needle Queen with a knockoff. It does, like, I think, like, max damage is, like, 45 to 60, somewhere in there. But I can't OHKO it, and I'm going to die. So I got to switch out. Slowbro, because I know it's physically offensive from before. It had the Ice Punch. I'm thinking, okay, Slowbro is my switch in here. It goes for Poison Jab, which does a lot of damage. No poison, thankfully. I would love to see what set this thing has, because it's really, really cool. He goes for Stealth Rock, which is scary, because I need to defog to be able to switch in Crocodile twice. I can switch in once and still be alive, but I can't switch in twice. So I need to bring in Tornadus at some point to be able to defog, which is hard to do against some of his Pokemon. So we got to play that game carefully. Scald does a bunch of damage, and we get a burn, which is great. I don't think it mattered in the grand scheme of things, but it is unfortunate, and hacks is never fun. Slowbro gets a kill, which is great, and now we're starting to bring it back. 3 to 5, I'm still in a very, very rough spot. I still don't know if the Electivire is scarfed. If that thing's scarfed, this game's over already. This game was over 4 turns ago if Electivire is scarfed. So, yeah, it's kind of just playing towards that eventuality of, like, Crocodile versus Electivire. Who's faster? Can I kill it in one shot? Or do I just die to, like, an Ice Punch or something like that? Goes out into Politoed, and Endeavor is the last attack. What? I'm going to slow clap for Noah on the Endeavor set. Did not think in a million years that would be what he would bring out. So, great job for him in bringing a weird, funky set. And we're just kind of dance around burn, leftovers, and scald damage here and there and there. I need to heal up to try and block Whirlpools and Parasongs and get my leftovers recovery. And the burn just won't kill him, which is annoying. He's got just enough HP to where it doesn't matter. And Slack Off, I could PP stall him out, but, like, it's rough. I go for Scald. I want to kill it. I could have maybe slacked off again, but I'm like, okay, I'm at 50%. If he tries to Whirlpool me or do something funny like that, I kill him. If he goes for Endeavor, I know I'm going to live at least. And we need to kill the Politoed so that I just don't have to deal with it anymore. So now it's 3 to 4. A lot closer, but I'm still behind. He's still got offensive threats that I cannot deal with very well. He goes out into Dragapult. I protect to get a little recovery. He goes for Dragon Darts. Great. I will die to this, so I need to go into Tornadus. Dragon Darts. I actually take kind of well because we had knocked off the Life Orb before. And this is like... not a misplay by any means, but I go for Defog here because I need to. But the Dragapult's faster, so it doesn't matter. I switch into Crocodile, staring death in the face. And here is the scenario. Dragapult, 15% health. Togekiss, low health as well. Jirachi, low health as well. Electivire, big question mark. I cannot go for Earthquake, which is the move I want to click, because he's still got the Togekiss, and I can't switch in twice. I have Stone Edge, which is resisted. Also just not a great move. And we have knockoff. We click the button. And he doesn't switch. Which is fine. I'm thinking, okay, he's going to sack off Dragapult, bring in Electivire, and it's going to be a 3-0. But he goes into Jirachi. And I'm at +1. And the score is 3-3. He goes for Protect. To see, I guess, if I'm locked in or something like that. I think he knows that I'm scarfed at this point. But he goes for Protect. We do it again. Crocodile. Now, +2. Still, if Electivire is scarfed, we're dead and it doesn't matter. And it's also 2-2. He goes into Electivire. And I'm thinking, this is it. It's over. I'm going to die. Knockoff will kill at +2. But if he outspeeds, because of his scarf, he's going to have like 4 speed points higher than I am. And I die to a sneeze at this point. So I click the button and I wait. And I outspeed! What? Be still my heart. He wasn't scarfed. And Crocodile cleans up. And we win 2-0. "43 turns. Slowbro gets 2 kills this week. Crocodile reverse sweeps. It is a bittersweet win. Because after the game, I talked to Noah and he said he forgot about Moxie. Now, in thinking about this and actually going through my brain and seeing what could have been. If I go to the damage calculator, because I want to check this out for myself too. We're only going to look at Crocodile and Electivire. I believe that a knockoff... Yeah, okay. So, Electivire gets 2-shot by knockoff no matter what. It is 70 to 82% on an Electivire with no physical defensive investment. So even if he would have switched in Electivire to take the hit instead of letting Dragapult die when it was still 4-0, I still win. Because I outsped. Knockoff does 70 to 82. A second knockoff kills it. And I'm still faster than everything else. And everything else has like 10 to 15 HP. So the Crocodile sweep happens regardless of what happens at the end. Because I am the fastest thing in the game. And he can't get Electivire in without taking damage and being able to like a clean switch in with me at neutral attack. Never happens. Regardless of which order he puts things in, and which order the Moxie sweep starts. So I feel really good about that. And him not remembering about Moxie actually doesn't impact the ending whatsoever. Because we had Dragapult v Crocodile, where Electivire would have taken 70 to 82% had it switched in. So I feel good about that. I feel really bad about my prep this week. I feel really bad about the things that I tried to do in this game, the misplays. Like, he put me in a corner where I did not have good plays to make, which kudos to Noah. He played great. But there were like 2, maybe even 3 giant misplays that I had that like were just bad. And we've got 1 game left in the season before playoffs. Like, I have to be sharper as a coach, or Bindi doesn't get a 4-0 sweep, and we don't win this game. Now, I mean, as far as outlook on the rest of this year, and kind of how we're going to go about this, there are a couple of switches that I need to do in the lineup. I have already put Tornadus on the trade block, and we're going to try and move it. It's terrible. With the way the format is and the way that the drafts shook out and the way that my team has played and the direction that I've taken it, I have no use for Tornadus. It's just actively bad. It did nothing this game. And Whimsicott I brought once as a meme to get Tailwind up. Like, those 2 Pokemon are gonna go. Like, I'm getting rid of them. We're gonna try and trade them and see, what if we can do things that way. But like free agency, I've still got 2 picks, so we could also do something in that regard. So expect the roster to change moving into week 7. And if not, moving into week 7, before playoffs for sure. Because we've got 8 Pokemon that are great and useful and I love. And we've got 2 things that are hot fucking garbage. I guess as far as like game planning and how tonight went and just the game against Noah in general. We had a game plan and we stuck to it. That is the one good thing about tonight that I will pat myself on the back for, is that we had a plan about how to win this game and we actually executed on it. So I'm happy that we got that, and that the Crocodile sweep with Moxie and the attacks that we brought and kind of the game plan of wearing things down over the course of the game, making sure that Crocodile was the fastest thing, getting at least 1 Moxie boost, and then we kind of just go from there. That plan worked. And I know like Dylan and Noah and DJ and those guys have brought up that like in prep, Crocodile is something that everybody has to respect and plan for and be careful of. Now that is a good and a bad thing for us. It's a good thing because we have something that is going to take attention and force decisions from our opponents to play one way or the other. It's a bad thing because Crocodile, while it's awesome, it is a little one-dimensional. We brought a little bit of a unique set against Dylan, which I'm really happy with how that turned out. But like tonight, knock off. Not a lot of variety in what we're going for. Now, part of that is the scarf, I know. But like at the same time, it's it's very easy to prep for, but you have to prep for it. That's kind of the point I'm trying to make here. The rest of the team, I thought, was really good. Gudra, I misplayed. I'm gonna own that 100%. I misplayed on how to use Gudra and how to keep it healthy in this game. The Ice Punch by Noah on the Needle Queen was brilliant. Like, best, like, out of nowhere, didn't expect it at all. Awesome play by him. Gallade, we've tried to go offensive a couple of times here. I still think we could, but we might have to go about a different way of being able to set it up. And like he didn't bring my Milotic, which is the thing that I was going to set up on. And we never got it in against Politoed, so it's kind of like I'm okay with that. It is unfortunate that it just kind of came in and died, but Togekiss can go, suck a butt. Sorry, I'm really, my throat hurts. As far as like the other stuff with this team, like Slowbro, I think it did great. It got 2 kills this week, which is awesome. Slowbro is performing great. I have no complaints. Tangrowth, like I said, the Assault Vest and the knockoff play won the game because we didn't get the Dragapult damage was hampered a little bit, so that was great. That was awesome. Gudra, like I said, just misplayed with it this week. Tornadus is trash. Crocodile was awesome. Bindi is our MVP for sure. And Jackie Chan, like, I could have played better with it. I really want next week to play sharper. That's the goal. I'm not going to take questions. I'm not going to do, the funny thing at the end of the game here. I'm not going to try and make jokes. I really want to take a hard look at how we play over the next week and then into playoffs, because I want to win this so bad. And I think we can. We've won 4 games in a row now, and we're 4-2. With a chance to go 5-2, maybe even get the 1 seed going into the playoffs. I don't know. I want to win so bad. And to do that, I have to play better. I have to put more time in. We have to make sure that I'm covering all of my bases. Not having to play my scrim partner in my actual game this week will help that for sure. We were going to scrim with Garrett, and then kind of my schedule got crazy and we didn't really get to it. But I got to be better. This win it's bittersweet. It really is. I'm really happy that we won. And like I said, we did a couple of really good things, but we also played like high garbage in some aspects. Noah should have won this game. I mean, he had the better team. He had the better prep. We just, we had Crocodile. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the roller coaster that is my draft league season. We're going to be better next week. And like I said, I want to win. I want to win this whole thing. But we got to be better. We got to be better.